Hi everyone, this is your math guru. In this video, I'm going to show you how to state the value of the underlying digits in decimal and fraction form. Please don't forget to click on the like and subscribe button below for more easy to understand math concepts. In the first example, we have 7.0456. We're starting with the first underlying digit, that's 4. So we have 4 means A. To write it in decimal form, all the digit space or place before the digit 4 will be made 0, and then we stop writing when we get to this digit we are referring to. So the digit 4 here means we have how many spaces before 4? We have 1, dot, O, and 4. So therefore, to write that in decimal, we have that as 7 becomes O point. We have another O, and then we have a 4. We're going to stop at 4. To write the digit 4 in fraction form, we have a 4 divided by, we look at the position of 4 in the question. 4 is in the 100th place, so we are going to divide 4 by 100. Let's try out 6. We have 6 means A. To write 6 in fraction, we start by counting how many spaces we have before 6. We have a 7.123. So what is going to happen is we have a 7 which becomes 0 point. We have 3 spaces before a 6, and once we get to 6 we stop. To write that in fraction, we check what position is 6 in the question. 6 is in the tens of thousandth. Tens of thousandth means we're dividing 6 by 10,000, and that's 6 in fraction form. Let's try out the next example. We have 2. 2 means A. In decimal, we need to count how many spaces before the number 2 or the digit 2. We have 1, 2, dot, then we have 2. It doesn't matter how many spaces we have before a decimal point. We can just refer to that as 10 point. Then we write a 2 because 2 comes immediately after the decimal place. That's the 10th place. To write that as a fraction, 2 is in the 10th place. Therefore, we're going to divide our 2 by 10. That's 2 over 10. Also, let's look at 4. 4 means A. Let's count how many spaces we have before 4. We have 1, 2, and like I said, if all the spaces before the decimal point, we can refer to that as 1 space. That's 0. Then after the decimal point, 1, 2. If I'm going to write that as decimal, we have 1 space before the decimal, which I can refer to as O. Then all the spaces before the 4, we have the 2 becomes O, the O stays as O, and then when we get to 4, we stop. Writing that as a fraction, we need to check what position is 4 in the question. 4 is in the 100th position. No, we have 10th, we have 100th, and 1000th. So 4 is in the 1000th position. So we're going to divide 4 by 1000. Let's look at one more example. We have 43.769. The 6 is in the 100th position, and if you count how many spaces we have before the 6, all the spaces before the decimal point can be referred to as 1, like I said earlier. Then after the decimal point, we have 7, that's one space, before we get to 6. To write that as decimal, we have the one space we have before the decimal, which we can refer to as O, or 0 point. We have a O, that's the 7, and once we get to 6, we stop. For the second part of the question, to change to decimal, we need to find the place value of 6. 6 is in the 100th position, so that means we're going to divide 6 by 100. For 9, we have 9 means A to decimal. We need to count how many spaces. We have one space before the decimal, and then after the decimal, we have 2 spaces before we get to 9. So what that means is 9 written as decimal will be 0.009. And to change that to fraction, we need to check the place value of 9 in the question. 9 is in the 1000th position, so we are going to divide 9 by 1000. Thanks for watching. Bye.